morning. Good morning. Good morning. What is up, everybody? Hope you had a great weekend. It was beautiful here where I live in Indiana, in the middle of the country, the heartland. Hope you guys are doing well. We're going to go over what sold during the weekend. Had sales on all 4 platforms, over 25 on eBay, 4 on Depop, 2 on Mercari, 8 on Poshmark. So getting the sales across the board. Welcome in. As you come in, you can say hi. You can say hi. If you're rewatching this, you can say hi. Whatever you want. Let's see. What's going on in the news? What's going on in the reselling world? Reselling world. Well, getting sales across all platforms. I got a Poshmark email saying that getting a slap on my wrist saying you stop doing all that delisting that you're doing and relisting and all that stuff. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I messaged them and I'm like, what are you talking about? And they messaged me back saying the same thing. And I'm like, all right, okay. So I went to my Nifty and just turned off my relists. So that's all I did. So now the only thing on there is it automatically delists items that sold, and I just am cross-listing and sharing and sending out offers, which basically is all I care about anyways. I really don't care about the delist, relist on Poshmark. So I'm not stressing. I really could care less. What's up, Angry Otter? Howdy, all you cool kids. Juliet, good morning. Good morning, Leisha. Let's go. We are doing well, Brittany. Pacers are in it. The Fever whooped it this weekend. You know, I'm an Indiana sports guy, so we're excited. Got the Indy 500 here just next weekend. Oh my gosh. So much going on. I'm a goofy goober, yeah. I know, me too. Gladys, what's up? Good morning. Good morning. Jason, what's up? Great weekend. Sold new attack Zimmerman dress for a lot of money. I've never heard of Zimmerman dress, but I like cheesesteaks. Your name is good. Zimmerman dress. I'm really not that good with women's clothing. But unless it's a crossover, J. Crew or Viore or Lululemon or whatever. But that's good. That's awesome. Want to hear good sales. That's what I want to hear. Jason, good morning. Happy Monday. Good sales over the weekend for the Thomas household. What's up, Cody? How's that promoted listings going? How's that promoted listing going? I know we talked about that. What's up, Amy D? Amy D, I don't know if you want to be in here today. We have no boxes, no shoes, no jackets, no boxes. The Poshmark policy for relist is anything over 60 days is okay. Yeah, so I'll show you I'll show you all here in a little. I'll show you all here in a second. Oh gosh, this brand right here. 3rd place in the 100-meter dash. Let's go, Nate. 3rd place in the 100-meter dash, Special Olympics. Let's go, Nate. Good job. Nate's one of my former students who's an adult now. 3rd place. That's awesome. I don't think I ever placed in track. I'm out. I know, Amy. I'm sorry. I'm smiling because I was going to say something else, but I'm not going to. KUIU, however you pronounce it, such a good brand that I have never found. That's on my bucket list. Never found that brand. XL vest sold in minutes after listing, and a double RL striped shirt also in minutes. Dang, Cody, you don't need to promote those, right? Those are good. Sold all my NASCAR jackets. Those are good. Glad to hear those are still hot. Those have been hot for a little while now, a few years at least. And I'm glad to hear those are still selling. I keep thinking, like, when's this vintage t-shirt and vintage, it's just going to drop because there's going to be something new that's coming out. Just like when like these were really popular, when all these were really popular, Jordan 1s, Jordan 1 lows, all that stuff. Now, like, the Asics are popular. So I'm just waiting. I think there'll always be room for like the true vintage concert tees and all that stuff. Morning, Jennifer, Paula. A smartest decision ever made. I know. Promoting. It's a pretty good decision. By the way, I had 4 sales on Depop. I boosted my listings on Depop. So I'm here for you. Be right back. So not. Oh, thank you, Amy D. QU. That's how you spell it. Kuiu. QU is how you actually pronounce the word. QU. Never found it. I found Sitka, but never found that brand. Sitka and QU. Kuiu. Those are two brands. If you find them, you literally picked up $100 bill minimum on that hanger. I found a pair of QU pants weeks ago for $2, sold for $75 overnight. So maybe $75. I'm not mad at that. 2 into $75. You cannot beat those returns. Purchased 10 Ralph Lauren purple label men's dress shirts, $10 each. Woo! You guys are killing me in here this morning. I'm loving all this. Purple label 10 shirts for $10 each. I do that all day long. You guys are about to see a whole bunch of boring sales compared to all these, which is cool. All right, let's get into it. I dropped the prices. Okay, we'll talk about this. I bought all of these IB Cool shirts. I probably have 30 or 40 of them. And I had them listed at $42.99, which all of my IB Cool new with tags were selling for around $42.99. But they were all like bright colors and patterns. This particular blue one just wasn't selling. So I dropped all of them to $29.99. And guess what? I got a sale. I spent $11 and something on these. I spent, it's not even on here, $11 and something on these. So I'm fine, more than doubling my money. And again, I have a ton of them. This is a large IB Cool. I would still buy these in the wild if you find them, especially the Lily Pulitzer-ish looking colors. These are like a, I would call them like a tennis, pickleball. Those are some keywords you might want to put in there. Tennis, pickleball, golf, obviously golf. Yeah, all those things. They're vented. They're vented. Thank you for sharing my P Good Fit Posh listing. Is that your Nifty? Yeah. I mean, I'd like to take credit for that. I've had people say that like, hey, thanks, sir, for sharing. Wasn't me. It was Nifty that shared it. I mean, I like to be like, yeah, I found her stuff. But no, I told you with Nifty, with Poshmark, I just set it and forget it. All I do are look at offers and print out labels. That's all I do with Poshmark. And then also respond to emails where they're like, you're a bad boy. Are Gitman Bros shirts only numbers? I found one this weekend for the first time and so excited. Only numbers? Gitman Brothers shirts only numbers? They might be. You mean like 16 and a half? I think they also make letters too, like medium, large. But yeah, Gitman Brothers is actually a good brand. Gitman Bros is a good brand. Whenever I find it in good condition, I pick it up for $5. And they sell pretty quick. I bet I have none in my eBay store right now. I found a vintage t-shirt for $4. It sold in 4 days for $300. What vintage shirt was that? 4 into 300. That is nutso. That's great though. Went through my shop and dropped the price on items I had for a while. Sales jumped after that. 10 sales on eBay, 4 on Poshmark, 100 items in my store. See, Rich, there you go. You know what? That is something that, like I said, I did with that IB Cool. That's something that we should all do. We should all, I mean, most businesses have days, usually twice a year, where they go through all their stock, all their inventory. Might be a good idea to do that, especially if you like have it all on your computer, whatever, Crosslist. You can go in and just edit the prices on all those things that are like, I've had that over a year. I've had that through a whole season. For example, I've had a pair of shorts that I've had all last spring and summer, and it's already May and they're still not selling. Let's just drop the prices on those items. That's a good point, C. Rich. Let's do that. Hi, Randy. Are they new? Japanese is symbolic, so it was kui. Oh, you don't pronounce the U at the end. Got you, kui. I didn't know that it was a Japanese brand. I didn't know it was a Japanese brand. Also went to a new Goodwill. Ooh. And spent $200. Found Sid Cup. Oh my gosh. Polo jeans, Norway wool sweaters, and a ton of other great brands. But now have a huge death pile. Brittany, that would make me feel so good to go in and spend $200 on all this good stuff and have a huge death pile. I know, like my wife, it would make her have like the jitters. But for me, I'm like, oh my gosh, look at all that money that's just sitting there. I could list it all today and get some really good money. I love having money death piles, whatever we want to call them. Posh used to be my favorite, not so much anymore. Posh is my second best platform. eBay is my favorite. Always. Me and eBay, we go way back. Me and eBay. I can't cheat on eBay. Well, I can cheat, but not big time. I can't over cheat on eBay. How many sales this weekend? Almost 50. I did pack stuff. Okay. So if you guys missed it, especially if you're on TikTok watching, on Friday morning, I did a live, just take photos with me. I basically just set up a camera and took photos and talked about my measurements and photos. And I talked about like what I was selling, all that stuff. I didn't do a live pack. I did a packing, not live, later that afternoon. So all these sales are from Friday afternoon until now, just to be clear. It's class time. What's up? 12 sales over the weekend. Sophia, good job. Good morning. I almost missed the notification live. Yeah, I know. A lot of people don't get the notification. My wife's always like, I'm so mad I don't get your notifications. I don't know. I switched to Nifty. Couldn't be happier. Thank you so much for walking me through the other day. Hey, you're welcome, Chef. Yeah. I'll let you guys bring it up unless I have a sale through it. But yeah, Nifty is by far the best. The best, just assistant, helper for what you pay. Go make more sales. And trying to make more money. Most people, it's a side hustle, right? So you want to make that extra money for vacation. What's up, Bearded Thrifter? Bearded Thrifter is going to skip his whatnot this Wednesday and come down and thrift with me all day Wednesday. Right, Bearded? 42 sales over Saturday and Sunday. Yes, correct. And this morning, whatever. Where's the Fever jersey? I need it. My son has a Caitlin Clark. I need a Caitlin Clark. Does Nifty still have an issue with multi-quantity on any platform? So I do multi-quantity. I cross-list between eBay and Poshmark for multi-quantity. For example, that shirt I just packed, I'd be cool. I just have that on Poshmark and eBay for multi-quantity. And whenever something sells, it takes one off each one. I don't get notifications either. It's because you're a piece of scrap. That's why. Okay, next item. I listed 5 suits, blazers this weekend. One of them was this Brooks Brothers. It has this Rita. Try to get it around for you guys. This Rita wool on the inside. This one sold a best offer for $100. Sold it this weekend. Absolutely not unless you want to run a Whatnot Wednesday night. No. So your whatnots are more important to me? Money is more important than your side piece, Bearded? Huh? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, so this suit sold. This is going in a priority. Amy D, where you at? Amy D, we are going priority. We're going priority, girlfriend. So yeah, Brooks Brothers suit. The reason this sold for $100, normally my Brooks Brothers suits don't sell that quickly. I listed it this weekend for $100 is because this was a 50L in American size. That's a 50 long. That's like a 3XL. 3XL. Don't look at my butt. All right. Amy D, yup. You gave me, thank you for the gift for that. You're welcome. You're welcome. I knew it. Look at that. 14 inches too. Good morning, everyone. I learned something every day I'm here. Me too. We already learned a dress brand that I've never heard of that sells for good money. So yeah. I already looked. Get out of here. It's your suit in a box. I'm going on vacation for a week. Should I leave Nifty on or will it auto detect vacation mode? It auto detects vacation mode. So if you have Nifty and you're going on vacation, Nifty detects that and doesn't relist or do anything. So you don't have to go on a Nifty and shut anything off. It detects that on your store. Yep. 100% on that one. Nifty question. I only have eBay right now. Do I have to sign up for all the other platforms to get established first? So DS, I was only on eBay for forever, and just over a year ago is when I started cross-listing. What I did personally is, yes, I made an account on Poshmark, Depop, and Mercari and set all that up. And then I started cross-listing to just Poshmark to start because I'm like, I don't want to be overwhelmed. I just started cross-listing to Poshmark, so I got to figure out the shipping and all that stuff. It wasn't but a few weeks later where I started cross-listing over to Mercari and Depop. But yeah, you need to set up accounts over on those platforms. This is going in this. I picked up Vineyard Vines ties this weekend. Hope they sell. I've never sold ties. Yes, Amanda. What I would recommend, if you don't, well, you do what you want. But I used to have a bigger light box. I sold it. I had big umbrella lights, sold those. I went back onto Amazon and bought a smaller light box. It's actually right here. It's on, yeah. So right here, the smaller light box. It's really good. It can fold up like this. And I do all my ties in that little light box. So good thing. So we talked about Nifty. We talked about Amazon stuff. If you go to surfsupfinds.com or in my link tree, you'll see the free trial to Nifty. And then you'll also see the Amazon stuff I use, and you'll see that box. I swear, I think it's like $20. It's not much. It's not very expensive. Or just you can see it and then compare it to others or whatever. You get whatever works for you. But yeah. Vineyard Vines ties sell. You'll do well with those. Vineyard Vines ties sell. Making sure this is going to the right person. And I'm so happy that I bought a suit for $10 and you bought it for $100. When listing jeans, etc., do you put the tag measurements in the title, the real measurements, or put the tag measurements in the title and the actual measurements of the specifics? Thanks as always. You're awesome. Hey, thanks, Mary. So what I would do in the title, if they're different, if the measurements are different, let's say I have a pair of BKE 32 jeans. Or actually, let's not do BKE because BKE can be, they always say regular, long, extra long. So with BKE, I'll do 32 regular, 32R. And then down below, I'll put the actual inseam and the item specifics. Let's talk about Levi's. Levi's 501, they're 32 by 32. If they measure 31 by 31, I'll put Levi's 32 by 32. Then in parentheses or quotation or whatever, I'll put actual 31 by 31 in the title. So people read it because most people don't read the description. And then when I do the item specifics, I'll do 31 by 31. That's what I'll do. Oh, look at that. Most authentic and knowledgeable reseller we watch from the missus. What's up, missus? I would say authentic for sure, but I don't know about knowledgeable because I don't know jack about women's clothing. Okay. I have a cool Shark Week. I have a cool Shark Week one. A cool Shark Week. Oh, do you pick up Harley Davidson clothing? Gotcha. Amanda, I picked up a Vineyard Vines this weekend. Hope they'll sell it. And you have a cool Shark Week one. That should bring more money. I would think that should bring more money. Bearded. Dude, your jokes are not funny. Get down here on Wednesday and I'll tell you some jokes. When you list clothing, do you iron all of them? Everyone knows. We all read K-Way's thing. Not funny. No. I don't iron a damn thing. Only thing I wash is if something has a little stain that I didn't notice. Or it has like a smoky smell, which I can tell right away at the thrift store. So no, I've never ironed or steamed a thing. So Cody, not the best reseller to watch. To your wife. She's warming up to me. Ooh, good. Hey. I'm taken though by Bearded. Tips on canceling an item you don't have. Best approach. So screwed up Texas. Tips on canceling item. If it's on eBay, it's a little bit trickier because you'll get a slap on the wrist. If it's on Poshmark, Depop, and Mercari, just give them a refund. Give them a refund and call it a day. Boom, boom, done. But if it's on eBay, what I would do is contact the seller. What I do is contact the buyer. And I say, hey, I've looked all over my inventory. I can't find your item or whatever, your shirt. Is there something else from my store that you would rather have? Or would you like me to cancel the sale and refund you? That's what I always say. Hey, is there something else you like? And there have been times where people have been like, yeah, you have another large Vineyard Vine shirt and this one. And will you please send me that one? Sure, no problem. Then I'll delist that item. But that's what I would do. Message them saying, would you like something else from my store? then I would say, or would you like me to cancel the sale and refund you? That's on eBay. That's as bad as a joke as your beard being fake. Yeah, exactly. Hello and good morning. What's up, Dora? Is it possible bulk edit the promoted item rate? Yes. So you guys know Mondays are for chit-chatting, talking, and flirting. So I'm going to bring you over to eBay. And yeah, if you want to bulk edit the promoted rate, that's not what I want. You go to sell. I know a lot of you have seen this before, but you know, we're teachers. We repeat things. You go to edit all your listings. Edit all your listings. And then when it pops up, you're going to go over to this little square when it pops up. And you're going to click that and bulk edit. And then you go all the way down to promoted listings. Then under promoted listings, your update, your promoted. If you have a promoting going on right now, ad rate, single fixed, and then you can change all your ad rate on your promoted to whatever you want. I do 9%. I'm sticking with it. So 9%. Apply and submit. Submit. Okay. So while that's going, it is what it is. Let us know how we're doing. Nah, we'll do that later. Hopefully that helps. If someone buys but hasn't paid on the 5th day after reaching out to you, what do I do? I'm a new seller. What's up, Keep and Treat? All right, so what platform are you on? What platform are you on? I can help you from there. Dora, what's up? Good morning. Nick, where have you been? I'm stealing this info from Ethan Lupo, but apparently those extra skinny basketball shorts are in high demand right now. Some sort of fetish, apparently. Money is money. Hey, listen. Money is money. I posted a picture of little boys' underwear that were vintage, and they sold for like $150. So if you're into that, I'm into money. I'll find them, but they'll be at the thrift store. I'm not looking anywhere else for those. On eBay, good morning, Angel with the bow. On eBay, so if the buyer hasn't paid for 5 days, there should be an option to cancel and relist. It should say right next to that item, do you want to cancel? It'll say like, do you want to cancel and relist? And you'll click yes. And then eBay gives like a little warning to that buyer, like, hey, you got to pay for your items. But don't cancel the sale until it has that. Usually it's 4 days. So you should see next to it, cancel and relist. Morning, Sandy. I saw your post about Poshmark. I've been on vacation, so I haven't sold on Poshmark. Should I change my settings on Nifty? So Nifty's come out and said, listen, you should be fine at what you're doing. But I can tell you right now on Nifty, let me show you exactly what I did on Nifty. So this is for Poshmark. If you guys are just now joining, I got a letter from Poshmark saying you're a bad boy. We're going to suspend you if you keep on relisting the same item over and over again. So I went over to Nifty and I went to the shares and relists, and I just turned off my my relists. Where's it at? Wherever your relists are, I turned it off. Oh yeah, relist right here. I had them at 19 every 60 days. I turned it off. I had 8 sales over the weekend. So whatever. Turn that off. As long as my items are sharing and it's sending out offers and following, that's all I care about. So turned it off. Don't at me anymore, Poshmark. Get lost. You're welcome. Also makes sense. Yep. New brand to me for an under 24-hour sale. Oh, there, those shoes, right? Yeah. Magani, you guys, whatever. Men's dress shoes at very nice quality. You can't miss them. Yes, I've sold some of those too. I don't pick up everyone by that brand, but yeah, definitely comp them out. And Google Lens is your best friend. I don't believe in TikTok anymore. I know. Look, see, because it's my OGs though. I'm only on TikTok for my OGs. Sold shirt. If a buyer got lost, buyer submitted a did not return. I refunded now and was delivered PL box claim. I'm good. Say that again, LVF. Say that again. Say that again. Search product knowledge and process knowledge are two different things. You definitely have mastered the process. You are so kind, Angry Otter. Look at you, so sweet this morning. I was an iron. That is just me. Yeah, I wash and iron. That is just me. And there's nothing wrong with it. Again, everyone's business is different. If you're a newbie, you can fold your items really nicely, put a thank you note, you can write a thank you note, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not boo-booing that or anything. If you guys wash all your clothes and steam them and iron them, your clothes are going to look way better than mine. Nothing wrong with them. So I'm just telling you what I do. I'm just kind of showing like, hey, you can still make a ton of sales without doing that stuff. So if at some point you're like, I'm getting over this, like, oh, well, that surfs dude does it without it. So they filed, did not receive. The post office cut a check from my claim. Am I good? Yeah, you should be good now. You should be good. What's the best OJ was wearing when he, oh my God. What's the brand OJ committed when he committed the crime? But did he actually commit the crime? He was found not guilty. So I don't know. He committed a crime in a hotel. That was a crime he definitely committed. If the cost of goods is low enough on silk ties, it's a pickup. Yeah, if your cost of goods is low enough. Listen, I went to a church sale yesterday. Wasn't going to go. It was on a Sunday. I'm like, they're going to be packed. Went, got in line. I picked up 10 shirts for $10. Outdoor Research, Tommy Bahama. Normally, you guys know I don't really do. But like the time, if I sell that for $15, $1 into 15, that's the same thing as 5 into 20. So I'm good with it. Yeah. So buy cost is everything. Why do you say Posh don't care about canceling? I'm saying like I don't care about Posh. Posh is like their algorithms are all messed up right now, or their algorithms are changed since May 1st. Like if you delist and relist your items, but it doesn't matter on Posh if you cancel an item, if that's what you're talking about. So if you can't find this red shirt and someone bought it on Poshmark, you just refund them. On eBay, if you cancel a sale, if you do that like 3 or 4 times, your eBay, you get a warning. And if you do it more, your eBay account can get suspended. Those shoes, the one you were discussing earlier, start with an M. They are Magnelli, Magnanni, Magnannni. You can pronounce them. I found Levi's and Stutzy 501 pair anniversary jeans without tags. Prices are all over the place. Does anyone have any experience? You can go to the Surfs reseller community on Facebook and ask in there. I bet someone will help. I will Google Lenza maybe. Thanks for that. We'll catch the rest of the live later. Hey, no problem. Thanks for stopping in, Paula. Skinny Dazzle is a keyword. There you go. Skinny Dazzle on these jeans. Let's look these up, Nick. Let's look these up. Skinny Dazzle. Skinny Dazzle. Let me see. Did I spell that right? Shinny Dazzle. Shiny Dazzle. Decline. Shiny Dazzle. Rare. Under Armour. What? Well, all right, guys. Sorry. I'll flip you guys around because you might want to see this. Nick's always coming in here with the goods. All right. So Nick just said, look, you can see him right there. He said, Shiny Dazzle is the keyword to look up on eBay. So we went over there, and I'm not sharing the screen with you guys, so my bad. Boom. Look at this. Okay. What are we looking at here? Under Armour. What? So these people are asking $75 for these. Are they? So they're tight. Okay, let's go back to this page. We're going to go back to that page. We're going to see what the heck's going on here. Let's look up sold. Let's see what's actually selling. Like, which ones do we need to figure out, pick up? So these shiny, These shiny gym shorts. Oh my gosh, I see these all the time. These shiny gym shorts. Oh, buddy. What? I see some like these all the time. Is this what you're talking about, Nick? For real? These shiny like Y2K? Oh, if you live in the Indianapolis area, go away. You live in the Indianapolis area, go away. Find somewhere else to go. I'm about to go pick all those up today. Okay. His were Bruno Mars Italian made. Thanks. Those shoes were okay. Your Indiana Pacers versus my New York Knicks. Larry, let's go Pacers. What happened last year to the Knicks when the Pacers played them? Well, we were hurt. You guys are healthy. We're healthy. Let's go. What's up, crazy? Good morning. I thought you were would be on this AM, so I found you. No notifications. Sorry for the late warning, Bobby. No problem. Yeah, I don't know why I don't get notifications sent out. The algorithm gods are just not my favorite right now. Poshmark's so mad at me. Poshmark saw Mercari destroy their platform and said, "Watch this." Nick, yeah. If you guys are newer, Mercari destroyed their platform because they passed the fees on to the buyers, and like it really hurt their platform. So they went back to what they were doing. So Nick's saying like, Poshmark's like, oh, I'll one up you. Watch us destroy our platform now. Do you print your labels from why? I can figure out how to do that. From Nifty. No, I print my labels straight from the platform. So all these labels right here that I'm holding are in a line. These are all from eBay. I print my Depop, my Mercari, and Poshmark. We'll go over those later. So Nifty is just it's just going to be your cross listing, your automation, and it's going to be your tracking your insights in your sales, so your spreadsheet. But you have to go to those platforms to actually ship out your labels. Good morning, Chris, by the way. Bruno Mali. Oh, Bruno Mali. Bruno Maglanos. Yeah, I'm not even going to pronounce it. I just know what to look for. I just picked up a mystery box of 50 ties for $10, and there was a bunch of Van Heusen and Tommy Hilfiger ties in the bunch. So worth the 10. I paid for the box. 85% of the box is Italian silk ties. Ooh, there you go. Yeah, I mean, shoot, you can even lot those up, right? You can lot those up. If you have more than 15 items, even if you not cross the Poshmark, suspend for 7 days. Crazy. If you have more than 15 items, even you not cross list, Poshmark suspend for 15 days. That is crazy. Yeah, we'll see if they actually suspend me. Hopefully they suspend me when I'm gone for a week. Felix is so dumb. Felix messaged me on the side and said, Knicks will win the series 4-2 in 6. Whatever, Felix. He's just a Bulls fan. He's a hater because Bulls haven't been to the playoffs in almost as long as the Knicks, maybe longer. What's up, Go Fast for me? I spent my weekend building shelves in the garage for inventory control. 660 items listed on eBay. Let's go. Yeah, we all go through that. I started in a pile in the guest bedroom. Then the whole guest bedroom was full of stuff, and then boxes in the guest bedroom. And then my wife was like, we need to do something different. So this basement, this room down here was a guest bedroom, and we turned it into this room. It's a sexual fetish. That's why they're selling with that name. I heard about it at another channel. It's all about the shiny. Shiny. It's from Moana. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Sexual fetish or not, bring it. I will sell those. I'm going to be looking for those shorts now. Let's see. Why do you think Liz Perfectly claims no one using them has got suspended? They said it over and over. Just your opinion. I have Nifty. I have no idea. All I saw is that the Rockstar Flipper, who I used to watch him way back in the day, him and Rally Roots and Rake and Profit, those were like some of the guy, Bonafide Hustler. I used to watch him way in the day. And Ronnie Hart. But yeah, he says List Perfectly. And when I talked to K-Way, he's like, no, I had no idea what he's talking about. I had List Perfectly. It does all those things he's saying. So I don't know. I really don't know. Are the shiny gym shorts retro? I think they're like Y2K. Rising fetish. Okay, rising fetish apparently. Let's go. I'm so behind on these comments, by the way. Sold a pair of Nike Orange Shiny Dazzle Men's for $55, made in USA. Okay, guys, here we go. Sorry, guys, OKC all the way. Listen, I think, no, I'm not hating on you, Christy. I think the Timberwolves are going to come out of the West. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope for you I'm wrong. I have no skin in the game. That Fever game was pretty great over the weekend. Yeah, they smoked them. This is a thing. I mean, I don't even pay attention. My wife's the one telling me this because she TikToks. I guess, like, because Caitlin Clark, everyone loves Caitlin Clark. And Angel Reese is like the bad guy, and she's not as good, but Angel Reese wants to be as popular. The facts are, Caitlin Clark brings the money to the NBA. All the games that have been over 1 million views are Caitlin Clark's games. All the stadiums that are sold out are when Caitlin Clark's there. And for some reason, they want to make something over race this weekend with the Pacers. It's like, with the Fever. Like, get out of here. I'm so tired of all these narratives. How about just, like, play basketball and the better be the better? 2 women's linen pants this weekend sold fast. Look for wide leg linen. Yes, wide leg linen. I found some wide leg Spanx the other day that are worth money. Spanx wouldn't really, but they were Spanx wide leg. They were trousers. Ironing don't matter. They wash them before they get them anyways, unless they want your vintage. Yeah, I don't iron. Poshmark to Mercari, hold my beer. Yeah, for sure. I'm here now. What's up, Amy? TikTok kept glitching. Yeah, TikTok's always a mess. Sparky Drazzle, just an Under Armour or any brand. Nike were up there and Adidas. So I don't know. But they're different. I bet people are using that keyword for a lot of stuff. Not sure to buy or pass. What say you? That sounds like a what say you? That's a Tech and Sports. My local Plato's has 4 pairs of Red Wing boots, new in box, $75 a pair. Sold are $150 to $200, but only 20% sell-through rate. To me, I say no to that. So $75 into $150 or $200, I would be all about that if they sold pretty much overnight. But if they only have a 70 or 20% sell-through rate, it's going to take you a while. And remember, you're paying those fees on that too. So for me, I would do no. I would say no. That's like buying something that you will double your money on. You'll buy a shirt for $5 and sell it for $10, and it's got a 20% sell-through rate. You wouldn't do that for something like that. Can't believe my Cavs lost, but I'm still here. Respect you guys. Good luck. Hey, appreciate you, Casey. Yeah, nothing against the Cavs. Tell you what, Donovan Mitchell is a freaking beast. That dude is unbelievable. We're going to have trouble with Jalen Bronson again. They're a lot alike. Good morning from Buc-ee's. What's up, Buc-ee's? What's up, Buc-ee's? Yeah, they said, Cookie said no way, Tim. So Cookie and I agree. Was at the bins and a whole tub of ties came out. Bought all the silk ties. There you go. Yeah, ties at the bin are probably a nickel or a dime a piece. Might as well. I'm going to beat you on getting those shirts. Muncie here. Oh, what's up, Muncie? Hey, my whole family's from Muncie. Come on down. Beat me from getting those shorts. But I tell you, I'm going to start picking those up. I'm going to do more research into those. Thank you, Nick, for giving that advice to all of us. Gold shiny shorts are the best brand in any brand. Got you. The Bulls are stuck in play and hell forever. It's depressing. They're always just as good enough to get to the not to get a good pick. I know, but look, the Mavs got that good pick. I know. But you know what, Nick? I don't like the Bulls because they always beat us in the 90s with Michael Jordan, and they're in our conference, so I don't like them. Let's get to another sale. Talking about Nifty earlier, this is a Nifty sale. This sold for $15.30. I believe it was $2.99 maybe. T-shirts here, $2.99. New with tags, just a Polo Ralph Lauren basic shirt. Sold it for $15.30. I know it's a Nifty sale because it sold for $15.30. And people scared about Poshmark and all that stuff, if you're just now joining, quit it. I got an email yesterday saying, like, you're doing all this resharing or delisting and relisting. You could be suspended for 7. Okay. I just stopped my relisting. I'm continuing to share. And I'm making plenty of sales on Poshmark, so they can go fly a kite. I really don't care. Don't stress about all that stuff. eBay is my biggest platform by far. Good morning. When listing an item on eBay, under preferences, require immediate payment option. If you hit yes, it does hinder sales. Or is it better not to require immediate payment? To be honest, Sonny, I think it's whatever. eBay is starting to require people to do immediate payment. So a lot of my items now say if you accept this offer, they'll immediately pay. So eBay is starting to head in that direction. So it's up to you. It's up to you. I don't know the last time I've had a sale where someone paid me. That used to happen maybe 1 out of every 60 or 70 sales. I don't remember the last time that happened. TikTok keeps freezing. Yeah, TikTok hates me. TikTok doesn't like me because I don't do TikTok shop. Sorry, TikTok. How do you get eBay traffic? I can't seem to get views on my items. So you want to be constantly listing items. You want to be sending out offers. You need to be active on eBay. I promote too. I would say promote your items at whatever percent. I do 9%. Some people do 2, 5, whatever. I promote my items at 9%. So 28 sales, 25 sales or something over the weekend. And I don't do anything different than anyone else other than have Nifty and promote. On the way to the post office, sold 5 things over the weekend. Woohoo! Let's go, Chrissy. Chrissy, we'll give you claps. These are our claps for sign language. Tim, I wouldn't. Caitlin Clark is legit. I'm an Iowa guy, and she's the nicest person you'll ever met. Exactly, she is. You can just tell, like here, when people try to ask her questions that like try to get her rattled or try to start drama, she's like, nah. Next question. I don't do that. I just play basketball. Good. You passed on those boots, Tim. Good. Yeah, everyone in here's, that's why we're a community. Everyone in here is telling you no too, not just me. What's up, Reisner? Reisner. I love Reisner. Tuesday. I've listed a bunch on eBay, and now I'm worried about updating with Nifty because of Poshmark. I wouldn't worry about it. To be honest, I wouldn't worry about it. According to Nifty, what we're doing is not against Poshmark's policies by delisting an item. So let's say if you didn't have Nifty or you didn't have a crop, if you sell this pair of pants on Poshmark or on eBay, if you sell these on eBay, you'll manually delist it from Poshmark. What's the difference between Nifty doing that and you doing that? Nothing. So we're not breaking any policies by delisting something. Do you have a link for your Depop link? My Depop is Surf's Finds. It's not Surf's Up Finds because I got kicked off of Depop at one time. Surf's Finds. But you can find it on there. But I do. If you go to surfsupfinds.com, you can see my eBay link. You can see the store on my eBay. Caitlin Clark, perfect for Indiana. Matching championship count. Shut up, Felix. Dang it. Felix is in here. You know, whoa. Felix, you know the Fever have a championship, right? You better take that back with Tamika Catchings. So you better get out of here. We won a championship with Tamika Catchings. Sold at Collars & Co. in an hour of listing, even with the flaw. Collars & Co. is such a good brand. What's up? What's up, pure friend? The eBay algorithm hack is to buy in demand items and promote firmly. Believe all the algorithms crybabies don't want to take responsibility for bad items. Yes, I agree. So the eBay hack is list in demand items for a good price. I would probably promote. And that will be how you make sales. This is a buttercloth polo. It sold for $23.99. Buttercloth polo, $23.99. And yeah, it's a good brand to be on the lookout for. Let's see if it sold. It sold via promoted listings on eBay. Buttercloth, good brand, and sold via promoted listings. How about that? Let's see, make sure it's going to the right buyer. Don't want to mess up. Ben. Okay, so I have a little bit of an issue too, guys. Let me talk about my drama in my life. This is the drama in my life. You guys want drama? I can't find my P.O. Box keys. That's the drama in my life. Sorry if you wanted it to be bigger or something different that everyone could talk about. I can't find my P.O. Box keys, and I have returns in there. So I don't know what to do. I need to ask my wife. She probably knows. I probably left them in my pocket or something. This is a dry fit. If you watched my live on Friday, you saw me take photos of this, and I listed it, and it already sold for $17.99. Just a Nike dry fit polo shirt. I also sold the Peter Millar we listed on Friday together. We listed it together. The minute you blame the algorithm for shortcomings, you're no longer in control of your own business. There you go. Look at Nick. Nick, you could write a quote book. You could write a quote book. You can buy another key. I have. Okay. I'm going to probably do that then. I just don't want, if you go to the bank and you have a lockbox, if you lose your key, you have to get it drilled out. They have to drill the whole thing out, I think. It's not good. This is a Cricket shirt, new with tags. It sold for $23.99 via promoted listings. The brand is Cricket. Cricket. Brand is Cricket. Sold for $23.99. Check between the car seats. That's a good question. It's a good one. You know what? I did get my car cleaned on the inside for the first time since fall, because I'm not cleaning the inside of my car. I'll pay $28 to have that done at our car wash, and they didn't see they would have found that, so I don't know if it'll be there, but I'll look. I've been going through my Nifty relisted items on eBay, and I've noticed it's been populating eras. For example, let me put that up. I had a button-down shirt, and it changed the fabric to down. Ugh. Huh. Michelle, where do you cross-list from? Where do you list your items? I list my items on eBay and then cross-list them to the other platforms. So I haven't had that issue. But if you list your items on Nifty or list them on other platforms and cross-list, you need to double-check that, I would suspect. Can you buy another key? I work in the post office and people always buy keys. Okay. Hopefully that's the case. I'm going to do that today if that's the case. I'll look under the seat. Okay. Number one, I'm going to look under the seat in my car. Number two, I'm going to buy another key. I think a new key is like $8, so I'm going to buy a key. No problem. That's a write-off. I don't care about $8. I'm not going to write that off. Okay, $23.99 for a Peter Millar. So funny. Did you guys watch my short where I said Peter Miller? So I got a Peter Miller and another Peter Miller, and people were in there saying it's not pronounced Peter Miller. But there's a little elephant on there. I actually thought this was going to be something really good. I mean, I bought it for $5. So I'm like, that elephant, ooh, I'll get home. It could be something really good. It's not. I Google lensed it. $23.99 is what it sold for. Just a white Peter Miller. So you do list on eBay, Michelle? I don't know. I haven't noticed that. So it changed it from button down. It changes it to actual down. I haven't noticed that. But anytime you have an issue or a question with Nifty, contact their customer service for two reasons. Number one, you want to get it fixed, and they have really good customer service. They get back to you really quick. Number two, they want to know if there's a glitch or an issue. I know she wants to know if that's the case because she's very picky and doesn't want anything wrong, which I understand with her platform. I sold a Tommy Hilfiger kit jacket this weekend. Paid $4, sold for $2.96. Listing all year. Oh my gosh. Kith and Tommy Hilfiger. I didn't even know they had a collab. Let's go, Kendrick. I picked up 30 classic men's ties at Goodwill bins. Better to list in groups of 3 or 4. All silk, one at Santa. I bought all at Nordstrom's a year ago for a boyfriend. It cost $450. Well, I would sell the one that cost $250 separately. But yeah, you can I would lot Brooks Brothers ties up in 5 and 6. You can lot them however you think, whatever you want. Resellers Brothers put out a workaround for Poshmark using Nifty in a YouTube video. There you go. Reseller Brothers. If you don't follow them on YouTube, the Reseller Brothers. By the way, if you're on TikTok, I'll keep it on TikTok. Reseller Brothers on YouTube. I would give them a follow. Number one, they're funny. I like them. They're knowledgeable. They sell a lot of stuff. I like those guys. The Reseller Brothers. And they're like right next door in Ohio. Travis Matthews shorts. These are gray. Just some regular Travis Matthews shorts, size 40. They sold for $19.99 via promoted listing. These were taken on my wood floor, so these are an older listing. Where are my fancy earrings for my video? Oh, did you guys see my video? So I had that in my phone, and my wife's like, oh my gosh, I forgot it. You need to post that. So when we were cleaning out, if you guys see it, you got to watch it. We were cleaning out my parents' house. My dad's garage, my mom and dad's garage was a mountain, just a mountain. So when we were going through boxes, we would find dead mice, mice poop, all that sort of stuff. So my dad put in an earring thing because he was a hustler. He dealed in jewelry and stuff. He put in an earring case to dead mice and thought it was funny. I thought it was funny too. Some people I think didn't, but I thought it was funny. Finally upgraded my photography lights to the ones you have. Amazing. Thanks for suggesting them. Agreed. Agreed, Jessica. Again, if you are on my YouTube or Facebook, you'll see my live from last Friday. I showed my old lights that I still have and my new lights. The new lights are way better. And I will give credit to Tam because she's the one that talked me into it. But that's good. I'm glad they worked out for you. I never want to tell people like get this, and then it doesn't work out for them. This next item is a Samuelson blazer. I will show you the brand. This is a brand you want to be on the lookout for. Definitely a higher end brand. It says Saks Fifth Avenue. Samuelson blazers and suits sell really well. This sold for $58. Cost me $7.99. $58, $7.99. Someone pronounced a Peter with new tags on whatnot and got it for cheaper than Goodwill because the mispronunciation. Hey, let them do it. I could see people do that who don't know the brand for sure. I mean, I'm sure it helped my video or whatever, but what's up, Blended? But yeah, I'm sure it helped the video. I don't know. Blended in the house? What did I see the other day? Someone had jewelry and rocks. I think it was I Can Hustle All Day. Chad. I think he had a whole bunch of like rocks, not rocks, but like what you like the crystals and stuff. It made me think of you. Next item is a Untuck It shirt. I will buy these again if they are a short sleeve, if they are a linen or a stretchy fabric. This is just black short sleeve. Black always sells well. White always sells well. Just plain shirts. Sold for $18.99, paid $5. Sold via promoted listing. Nifty always changes Lululemon to lemon. There you go. So if you're not making Lululemon sales, blame Nifty. Oh yeah, you did. Okay, you saw it too. What's up, Retro? My local bud. Yeah. So you saw it too. Yeah, I thought of you. Okay, that's going out to. Okay. How many items did you sell last year? Oh my gosh, David. How many items did I sell last year? Whew. I don't know. I sold like 150, 60, 70, $80,000 worth of inventory on eBay. My average sales price is like $35, $40, something like that. So I'd have to do the math. I don't know. Next item. This was my best sale, obviously, in a while. This is a Brunello Cucinelli, however you pronounce it. I don't care. You guys know the deal. That's what you want to be looking out for, that name right there. Really good brand. These corduroy pants, found these at the Goodwill for $4.99. They sold for full asking price of $199.99, but they did sell via promoted listing. So eBay is going to get an extra 9%. They're going to get $18 extra on that. Okay. I bought them for 4 and they get 18 out of that. Okay. You're a wizard to get 25 on Travis Matthews shorts in 2025. Listen, I got 20 on those, Nick. I got 20, $19.99, and they were promoted. Remember? They were promoted, and I agree. I was surprised. They were an old listing, but hey, I'll take it. Let me get this pack. I'll answer your questions. Now, this one I definitely need to make sure it's going to Joe. Joe. Thank you so much for paying my bill, Joe. I just went to ship and pack an item and noticed the button is cracked that holds the shirt together. Should I ask the buyer to cancel on eBay or just issue a refund? First time I had this happen to me. Good question, Kim. So what I would do is take a photo of the button that's cracked and message the buyer and say, hey, I was just packing this up and noticed that the button is cracked. Do you still want the shirt and a partial refund, or do you want me to just cancel the sale and give you a refund? That's what I would say. Sometimes people be like, oh, if you want to give me a partial, because the reason I say partial refund is because you're probably going to be throwing it out anyway. And if they're like, sure, send the shirt anyways, I'll get it fixed, and you give them a partial refund, half off or whatever, that's okay too. So I'd offer them a partial refund. There you go, Nick. You got it. You got it. So those lights assume better than a ring. Yes. I don't know. I just know that those lights are great. So I will show you real quick. Again, I know a lot of you knew, but I made a little website where I sell you nothing called surfsupfinds.com. And if you go to that website, you'll see the auto posture first month, 50% off and your free trial. If you're not on Whatnot, you can get a coupon, my eBay store, and then you'll see the Amazon products I use. You can click on that, and then these are the Amazon products I use. There's that light box. It's $30. I have this fake head for hats, those for Whatnot, sneaker racers, and then right here, these lights are the bomb. And they actually are on sale right now. And they were last week. We talked about that. But yeah, but this is all the stuff I use. The Shout is the bomb, a 3 inches for your tape. You'll never go back. Once you go 3 inches, you'll never go back. All this stuff. And this is the best iPad stand. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'd recommend. What's up, Kayla? What is up, Kayla? I feel so bad you have to put up with your husband. He does nothing around the house, I bet, to help you. Nothing. Bet. But we all love Kayla. I got about Sia Retro. Is there an extra button on the seam? Yeah, good question. So on that shirt with the buttons that were snapped, is there an extra button? So for example, here is an Alan Flusser shirt. Is there an extra button down here? Yeah, so there's 2 extra buttons down here. You could tell them, and that's something you could say too, like, hey, there's an extra button. I would still offer a partial refund because they'll want to get it fixed. Am I right, Kayla? What does Wayne do around the house other than cut the grass? But I better not talk about that because I don't really do a lot either. Okay. Found a Brighton handbag Friday at Goodwill for $90. Is that good? I don't know that brand. Brighton. Found a polo feed piece. It's a mini backpack. Never found one before. I never heard of that either. Never heard of that. Yo, what's up, Chase? What's up, Chase Scott? Been a minute. As a new reseller, how can I cross list without Nifty? I don't run into the risk of any purchased on 2 platforms. If you were just starting, trying not to overspend, what would you do? So you can just list on both platforms. So you can just, if you have these Roan pair of shorts, list them on eBay and then just go over to Poshmark and list them on Poshmark. You can just manually list on both. Especially if you're just starting out, that's what I would recommend. Once you get up to like over 100 items that you've listed and you're listing like 3 to 5 a day, you need to be looking at a cross lister for sure, and an automation tool if you want more sales, and it's going to save you a ton of time. But for now, money, trying to save, Just starting out, you can just do it manually. Just list on one to each platform. But you know how long it takes to do that. Always have to change lemon to Lululemon. There you go. Yeah, I don't even look at it. I just cross-list it. To be honest, I don't even list a ton of Lulu other than men's. I do have some here. Let's get to another item. This pair of Roan shorts sold for $21.99. Pair of Roan shorts. When you see Roan, they usually have some weird writing on them, but you just look at the inside right here. They're good. I do not pick up all Roan. It's a workout, but these Roan men's shorts are a good pickup. You'll also see this is Roan. They're known for that little cross stitch right there. Again, these sold for $21.99 via promoted listing. Going to Chad. Again, promoted listing. How do you price an item when you look up comps and it varies a bit? I just try to find something the most similar, and then I look at kind of the average selling price. So like if these shorts sold anywhere from like $18.99 to $27.99, I priced mine at $21.99. I paid $3.99 for them. Speaking of Kayla and Kayway, here are some Tommy Bahama swim trunks, $1.99 a piece. I lotted these up. These have been in my inventory for a while. Remember, swim trunks are selling right now. They sold for $19.80. That was a Nifty sale. So Nifty sent out an offer and someone accepted it. That was a Nifty sale. American Arbitrage used to say things wrong. Just do farm engagement from all the people excited to tell them. He said, oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, Wayne and I talk about that too. And Bearded too. I think Bearded did something recently. If you just say something wrong in the video, in your videos, it creates a lot more engagement. People have nothing but time. Ooh, these are going priority? What? Priority? These are real old. That's probably why they didn't sell. 1980. 1980. Thank you. You're welcome, Kim. Tommy Bahama swim trunks. I only pick them up in like a 3XB now. These were 2 pair. They were a size small. Awful. I would never pick those up again. Ever. Those are super old. This is an RLX fleece vest. RLX fleece vest. This sold for $22. I took a best offer for $22. And it sold also via promoted listing. So both. Learn Brighton. All right, guys, there you go. I'm putting it in here. Learn Brighton, everybody. Brighton depends on the bag. I was an original purchaser when they came out. They expanded to stores and are very pricey. Just depends on the model. There you go, Caroline, with that knowledge. RLX just depends on what you get. Does well, can do well. Sometimes not as much. Sean. Next item is a Rolls-Royce new with tags Nike shirt. So here in Indianapolis, we have the Rolls-Royce plant, like but not the cars. So Rolls-Royce makes engines for airplanes and stuff, I'm pretty sure. So I find these often. It's just one of those things like, what do you have near you that you can find? So I have like IndyCar stuff. This Rolls-Royce, new with tags, 3XL, sold for $34. I bought it for $5. All day long. Then you sold a fleece in the spring? Wow, mine are sitting. Yeah, it's going to happen. Most of my like jeans and sweatshirts and jackets and all that stuff, they sit this time of year. Like it's that's why I took a best offer of $22 because that item more likely is going to sit until the fall. So when someone offered 22, I'm like, I'll take it. I'd rather just have that money now. It didn't sell in the late winter. A pair of new Bonobos swim trunks. Bonobos swim trunks. They still have the TJ Maxx tag on them. I got them at like one of those TJ Maxx clearance events a couple years ago, and they sold for $18. Took a best offer. These weren't really big sellers. I don't recommend getting Bonobos swim trunks. These are new with tags, sold for $18. So would not recommend it. F Poshmark Mark. All right. Speaking of looking through your inventory, I was looking through my inventory over the weekend, on Friday actually, and I noticed I had these bad birdies, and I had like 5 of them. Like, how did those not sell? I've sold all my bad birdies in the past, but why don't those sell? And I looked and they were not listed because I had multi-quantity. I must have messed something up. So this sold for $27.99. Bad birdie, $27.99. I listed them all on Friday. I bet all these will sell in the next 2 weeks. All these bad birdies. So happy to get that. So check your inventory. Make sure you have every stuff listed. If you see something that you're like, that should have been sold by now, make sure it's in your inventory. Do you use Nifty Recreate feature? How does it work with items that have been marked down when you ship? So I do use Nifty Recreate pieces, or I use Nifty's Recreate on. I don't use it on Poshmark now, but I use it on all the others: eBay, Mercari, and Depop. Now I don't do a shipping discount, so I can't answer that question for you. But yeah, I do the recreates. It keeps your items fresh. So like those old swim trunks that were Tommy Bahama, guarantee those sold because of Nifty recreating them. Guarantee it. Do you leave the TJ Maxx tag on when you ship? For those particular swim trunks, I did. I did because they did not have the original tags. They just had the TJ Maxx tag on there. So I ripped the price off of it, but kept the TJ Maxx tag on. So if an item is new with tags and it has a TJ Maxx tag, I take the TJ Maxx tag off. So it keeps the new with tags on. But that one, it only had, so that TJ Maxx tag is going to show that it's new with tags. That's why I did that. We're not done. Emporio Armani. Did I say it right? I don't know. Emporium Armani. I don't know. Just a blazer. A blazer. Armani blazer. You would think this sells for a ton of money. Well, it does. It sells for a ton of money retail, but the resale is not great on these. I pass over quite a few. This is like a black seersucker. Very lightweight. It's deconstructed, so it's not completely lined. It's sold for a best offer of $45. Best offer of $45. What's up, Ford? Ford, I was watching you yesterday do your TikTok shop stuff. I was intrigued. Watch your TikTok shop while you're on live doing TikTok shop. You got it down. Bad Birdie, never heard of that. Bad Birdie golf brand. Kind of on the outs. Was good. I mean, you saw it sold new with tags for $29.99. I'm picky with Bad Birdie now just because it made so much of it. And I think golfers are like, I would rather have a rowback now. Yeah. There's that. But passed on 2 Faherty women's items at $25 each. Turns out they each sell for $100 and sold. Just felt weird checking comps on a porch. Yeah, I mean, if it was at like a garage sale or something, it's okay. But people don't care or know. They don't know if you're texting someone or whatever. You can make it look like you are texting someone. But you'll never see those people again if that's what you're talking about. Yeah. Faherty, $25 is definitely something I had to check comps on those items. Do you only sell clothing now? I know you used to sell hard goods in the past. Pretty much, yeah. If I'll come across hard goods that are worth money, like I'll buy them. Like I just listed these. These are new unused Cadillac headphones. I'll buy them. But yeah, I'm looking for clothing mostly now. That's just where I'm at. But I'm always open to hard goods too. These are Outdoor Voices shorts. Outdoor Voices. I rarely find this brand, especially in men's. Here's what the Outdoor Voices. These are workout shorts or like hybrid shorts. They sold for $22.99 via promoted listing on eBay. What's up, JP? How many are going out today? Just under 50. Just under 50. LV, thanks for the gifts. You guys don't need to do that. I'm glad some people are still on TikTok. People saying it was glitching. Andrew, Outdoor Voices. Next item is Lululemon, or as you guys would like to say, just lemon. This is a Lululemon men's orange shirt, just like the one I'm wearing. They're called Metal Vent Tech or whatever. This is a size extra small. Extra small. I don't pick up extra small. No, pick up extra small. Sold for $21.99. It's going internationally. So paid $5 for it. Sold for $21.99 internationally. So yes, I'm going to pick up extra small because it sells. Listen, some people, extra small, you know, they need shirts too. I saw like 5 Armani this weekend and passed on all of them. Trash. Yeah, I don't pick up almost all the Armani I see. That one I picked up was because it was a newer. It had that seersucker and it was like really lightweight. That's why I picked that one up. In fact, it sat in my phone for a long time without listing it because I'm like, I don't want to list this. I took photos, but I didn't like do the pick stitch thing. Golf items were selling like crazy yesterday. Go Scotty. Oh yeah, Scotty Scheffler. Yeah, won the PGA championship. Yeah. Yep. Golf clothing sells like crazy, especially when there's big PGA events, big tournaments. How many sales this weekend? Just under 50. I'm late. How are sales, brother? What's up, Jay Boogie? Sales were good over the weekend. Good sales. I also have been listing a lot. I've been very consistent. I'm proud of myself. Been very consistent listing. I always find it easier to list spring and summer items for some reason. But yeah, and take photos of it. So this is a polo shirt, 4XB. 4XB, just a polo shirt. You guys know. $24.99. Sold via promoted listing. And this one is going overseas. So how about that? International shipping through eBay. The Lulu outlets are going to have a sale. For men, tops 2 for $60. Go early, hot colors and sizes. Ooh. See, I don't have a Lulu outlet near me. Our outlets that are an hour from me, they don't have Lululemon. So that sucks. But I do get on, we made too much. Listen, I'm not trying to buy a lot of Lulu right now because I'm a large size shorts, but because of the last year and a half situation of me eating too much, not exercising, and gaining weight, I had to buy some XL. And I'm not going to buy more XL. I'm going to continue to lose weight. And I have been losing weight. Looking for a wax kit. What you talking about, wax kit? What's up, Kim? Good morning, Vintage. I don't believe it. I know, Shy Girl. I was watching you. Were you in there with Fordham last night too? Yesterday too? I was watching you guys. A kitschy too. This is a Notre Dame polo 4XL. $29.70. $29.70. So Nifty sent out an offer and someone took it. $29.70. Yes, I know. I was watching. You were making custom letters. You were painting custom letters, being artsy like you are. My dad was an art teacher, by the way. So I grew up with all that stuff. All right. See, I pay attention. You guys just don't know. I just lurk in the background like a creep. I buy smalls because parents need that size for their younger teenagers. Yeah, for sure. I sell a ton of small, guys. I sell Polo Ralph Lauren. I'll pick up a small in a heartbeat. Good for arbitrage to sell a lot of Lulu new internationally. Ooh. Retail arbitrage, Lululemon at the outlets, guys. There's a sale coming up. Men's tops, 2 for $60. Sell internationally. Well, it's true because that one just sold international, so that makes sense. Polo Ralph Lauren seersucker shorts, size 40. These sold for $21.99. Correct. Hope you're well. Hey, the Vintage Slinger. Hope you're well too. Things are well over here. Things are well over here. Can't complain. Weather's nice. Everyone's healthy. That's important. Yeah. If you guys are joining, I was telling people earlier, I got that Poshmark email about like, you better behave and all that sort of stuff. I don't care. This is a Cricut, not new with tags Cricut, and it sold for $19.80. Another our Nifty sale, auto posher. Another auto posher Nifty sale. $19.80. I paid $5 for this. These used to sell for in the 30s like that fast. They don't anymore. Brighten is good. Make sure you look at the hardware. It tends to turn black, brighten on some spots. It can't be cleaned. It's sad for such an expensive brand to do that. Yeah, if an expensive brand does that, that is not good. That's not good quality. They're pricing it up for bad quality stuff. Yes, my brother is extra small and small. Has to order a ton from a used Lululemon. There's people of all sizes, for sure. People of all sizes. People of all sizes. When is the Lulu outlet sale? They want to know. Your dad was an art teacher. No wonder his appreciation of antiques and collecting. Oh yeah, well he learned it. Huge art, antiques, all that stuff. And then we did estate sales. He was just so in depth with it. And then of course it wore off on me. That's all the eBay. So we have the other platforms to do now, guys. What's up, Mongoose? What's up, everybody? Tammy. All right. Let's do, what are these? Mercari? All right, Mercari. Polo Ralph Lauren shirt. Just like whatever. I mean, I wanted this to be worth $50, but the comps weren't there. This exact shirt. So it sold for $22.50. Both of my Mercari sales were Nifty sales. $18.50, $22.50. So how about it? Wish it would have sold for more, but it is what it is. Memorial Day weekend. Let me check the email, though. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, guys, look out for Memorial Day weekend sales wherever you are. If you're near like a Dick's outlet or regular outlets or whatever, you always have sales Memorial Day weekend. And that's a good reason. You guys should, everyone, if you like running sales, I remember I used to run Memorial Day sales. Maybe I'll do one this Memorial Day. Run a Memorial Day sale. I can tell you this. Summer slowdown is right around the corner. A Memorial Day sale would not be a bad idea. A lot of people have time off too. And that's kind of when summer starts for a lot of people because their kids are out. So love that polo shirt. Me too. You know I love it. This is a Mountain Khaki. Mountain Khaki also used to be a really good brand when I started out. It's hit or miss now. It is a good brand, but the reselling value is not great. Sold for $18.50. $18.50. Going out, that was from Mercari. So 2 Mercari sales for a total of like $40. Starts Friday the 23rd for that Lululemon sale. There you go. Friday the 23rd. I can't wait for this weekend. Indianapolis 500. Love it. Traditions. Traditions. All right. Next, we'll do Depop. Depop. 4 sales on Depop. And Audra, some of them were boosted. Thanks to you. Yeah, I've been boosting on Depop. I think they take an extra 8%. Have at it, Depop. I made 4 sales where I'm usually not making anything. I'm running a downsizing sale. There you go. Yeah, downsizing sale. I would run a sale. Memorial Day weekend sale. Started early. This is, again, Depop. These Peter Millar shirts sell on Depop. Just telling you. Peter Millar green shirt sold on Depop for $20.70. So Otter Posture sale on or maybe it was promote. I don't know. It sold on Depop for $20.70. And the Coca-Cola 600. Yes. So most of you don't care. You guys are gonna be like, sure, I don't care. But this weekend, the Indianapolis 500 usually is also on the same weekend as Monaco, Monaco, right? F1 Monaco, but also the Coca-Cola 600 for NASCAR. And it's kind of a thing now for some drivers in NASCAR to run the Indy 500, hop on a helicopter or jet, and go to the Coca-Cola 600 and race in that. So do 2 races in the same day. It's kind of a thing. Lulu direct order from China going viral. Is there a Lulu direct order from China? Oh gosh. I'm seeing Lulu all over Whatnot right now. All over Whatnot. I don't know if it's fake or real or whattever. I don't know. Maybe people are doing it like trying to get a head start with the tariffs and China's. I don't know. Who knows? I know there's a 90-day pause on that or whatever. So I think everything's still unknown for the future. Woohoo! Good job boosting. Thanks, Audrey. You're the reason why. You're the reason. Good sales this weekend. There you go, Lucky. It's because you're lucky. What is your take on the free shipping versus buyer pay shipping? That's Justin. That is an age-old debate. It's up to you. So free shipping. A lot of people like free shipping because I don't know. Who knows? I mean, I love getting on Amazon. It's got free shipping, right? But also I price my items cheaper. So people, if I did free shipping, I would have to price my items higher. So one way or another, it's going to be the same price for the buyer, one way or another. This is a pair of Polo Ralph Lauren women's shorts. What? Look at me getting women's all over print. These sold within a week, guys. Within a week for $23. $23. Look at me. Look at me. $23. These sell better than men's. Kyle Larson, yes. Oh gosh, with the heart face. Was it last year Kyle Larson did it and we had a big rain delay in Indy, so he couldn't make both races? And yeah, that was interesting. Right? Sometimes I do flat rate shipping. Yeah. Again, you can also, the good thing about it is let's say you do all Polo Ralph Lauren shirts. On some of them, you can do free shipping and calculate that price in. Some of them do flat rate shipping. Some of them do buyer paid shipping. See which ones are selling better. And then you can go from there. Do a little trial run. Do you sell often on Whatnot? I don't. I love Whatnot. I feel like I have a personality for Whatnot because I just like talking and I like talking to you guys, but my buy cost, I'm just not okay with my buy cost and Whatnot. The only thing I really sell on Whatnot is women's clothing because a lot of times I don't like listing it, like dresses and all that stuff. Like this weekend, I separated all my stuff, winter, spring, and women's, and I have a women's box going, and it, like new tags Farm Rio and stuff like that. So I don't sell a lot on Whatnot. I've sold like 800 items maybe. Yeah, I like Whatnot. I have nothing against Whatnot. I like selling on there. My buy cost. If I could get my items for $1 a piece and sell them for $10 a piece, $8 a piece, I'd be okay with that. But my buy cost is not great. Travis Matthew polo shirt. This sold for $19. What? Great. Travis Matthew. Nick, are you still here? Do you see that? $19 for that one. Posh is my number 2 and would be a big hit for me if removed from Posh. I literally just sold a vacuum and a blender there. Yes. So, I mean, Poshmark is my number 2 as well. And I would not be happy if they kicked me off, but I'll be able to get it back one way or another. Like what I'm doing now, especially now, I'm not even doing the recreates on there anymore. So if they were to kick me off, I would say, listen, I'm not recreating any items that already been listed. I'm listing new items every day. And then the only items that I delist are ones that sold and they're not being relisted. So there's nothing I'm doing wrong against Poshmark's policy now. Nothing. So I would just need to talk to someone and they'd be like, you're right. You're not doing anything wrong. He did, but raced on different days. So it didn't count. Good. Good morning, Joseph. What you got on the schedule for today? Today. Well, for one, I'm going to go look out for those shorts that are shiny. Those shiny shorts that we talked about earlier with Nick. But that's later. I'm going to take photos this morning, try to get like 30 photos in, list throughout the day, exercise, take this stuff to the post office, get a key, pay for a key because my P.O. box, I lost my key. I'm going to hit 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe thrift stores that are close by because I'm a thrift store addict. And then my kids will get home at some point, and that sounds like a pretty day. Live thrift, I know. My live thrifts are so boring now, Blended, because I just don't find as much like I used to. And that, like, all the employees know me, so it's kind of a little awkward. The territory ahead. The only territory ahead shirts I buy are crazy, wacky ones like this with a lot of character. This sold for territory ahead for $19 on Depop. This looks like a good Depop sale, right? I know. If I do live thrift, it would be on TikTok, okay? If I do live thrift, it would be on TikTok. I know. I will. Do you use keywords? Yeah. It just depends what it is. I'm not like huge into keywords. To be honest, like this territory ahead, what I did is I found one that was sold and I sold similar. But like that, I'll put abstract, Aztec, Southwest print. Those are kind of the keywords I put. You're never boring. I might not be boring, but when there's nothing in there, it would be boring to watch. There's no, you want me to be like, oh my gosh, I found this amazing. If I lived in Florida where Kateway lives and I could go to the red, white, and blues where you could be like, all right, this is overpriced. I'm not going to get it. But if you see this in the wild, you should pick it up. Red, white, and blues are a great place to live thrift. All my Travis Matthew polos are selling for $24.99. That's good. That is good. Bought 50 storage units last year to consolidate and build inventory to start. There you go. There you go. I set up Whatnot, but I haven't tried it yet. Yeah, Whatnot, it's great. If you have low buy cost and you can run a smooth show, there's more people on Whatnot buying than ever. I think you'd do just fine. A year ago, there would be more tips I'd give. I think if you just have good items and decent items and you're consistent, you do it like every week at the same time or whatever, or tell people to bookmark your shows, you'll build that audience. People come in there and buy. But you gotta be smooth. It's like, for me, it's like teaching a class. If you're not like talking, engaging, having stuff up all the time, like telling people about things, people are gonna get bored, distracted, whatever. You gotta keep it moving. Talk to the chats, even keeping it moving. That doesn't mean like sell stuff every 30 seconds. You have to just keep up and make people engaged. The Dixie Highway 41 yard sale is going to be in a couple weeks. The Goodwills have a bunch of right after the sales. Where's the Dixie Highway 41 sale? Where's that? What state? Everyone is looking for shiny shorts. The sell-through rate is over 100%. It's now down to 30% due to all the new listing. Oh, people are so well. Yeah, I guess if it's big in the reselling community, like the vintage boys, then I probably have no chance. All right, let's do Poshmark sales. Quite a few Poshmark sales, even though they gave me a little slap on the wrist. Let's do some Poshmark sales. Okay. Knicks selling or not? Knicks are going to lose. Is that what you're saying? Are they selling or winning? You always find stuff to warn us about. That's true. I can tell you a lot of stuff not to pick up. That's true. But y'all know that anyway. The OGs, but I talk about all the time. There are always new people, right? So there are always new people that need to learn. Calhoun. Okay, Calhoun, Georgia. I'd be going to Buc-ee's if that were the case. You know me. Thinking about getting on Whatnot, it seems there are more buyers than anywhere else. There are. You know what I might do? So, I mean, it's a shameless plug, but I haven't done it. I've seen a lot of people do it. I don't care, whatever. There's that, I have like a code where if you sign up to be a seller, you get $150 credit towards like your first sale. So if you don't make as much as you want, you'll get $150 credit. And then for some reason, they give me $100. So, I mean, that sounds like something I should put out there, no? I mean, it's $100. I'm not trying to like, it's good for you and for me, right? I don't know. How dare you, sir? What? Knicks gear? No. Did you not see my story from the weekend where I found a Knicks hat and I threw it on the ground at Goodwill? No. Get out of here, Knicks. The Knicks hate the Pacers because we always beat them in the 90s, last year, all the time. Under Armour 3XL polo shirt sold for $17. 3XL is the only reason why I picked this up. And I have a blue one just like it right there. I just put these away. Priority. I have a ton of padded envelopes, so I'm just going to start using padded. It's June 6th through the 8th. There you guys go. That's right. That is right around the corner. It's in Georgia. All right. Well, Bearded might go to that, but I'm going to be cruising. At that time. What's up, Leatherman? Been a minute. What's up, Leatherman? All right, next item, a pair of Viore shorts. Again, it's like Christmas hits twice. You find them in the thrift store, and it's super excited. And then I put them away in bins until the following season. And then I opened the bin and found like 3 of these Viore shorts. I'm like, yes, those will do great. And they did. $28, Viore shorts. Share your Whatnot link. I haven't taken the plunge yet. Sure. I'll put it in the chat, but I'll put it on I'll try to do it on surfsupfinds.com or something. Maybe it'll be on here. Again, I hate trying to I hate acting like I'm selling stuff or whatever. But if it helps you and it helps me, I'll do it. I'll put it in my surfsupfinds.com a little bit later. That's what I'll do. What's up, cutie? What's up, Shelves? Viore shorts. Good. Viore are all of our favorite brand, and these are not priority. These go on priority. Viore, our favorite brand to resell. In fact, since Shelby's in here, Shelby, it's her favorite brand now, I think, to wear. She says it's so comfy. And her friend is a nurse, and she gets a discount, so she gets stuff from her friend. Of course, I'm not going to take advantage of that, but I'm just telling you. FootJoy, couldn't be happier to sell this for a low price of $14. FootJoy Polo, I've had this for a long time. I don't buy these just regular bland FootJoys anymore with some weird thing. $14. Paid $5, sold for $14. Get it out of my life. Now, how do I ship ties? If it's a tie that's like $30 or under, just in a poly mailer. If it's like a Brioni tie, an $80 tie, I'll ship in a 6x4 box, just a small box. A small box is what I'll do. All right. Next item. This brand's okay. It's called Royal and Awesome. I think they copied Loudmouth, but Royal and Awesome is the name of the brand. I wouldn't necessarily I definitely comp the item up before you pick it up. This Royal and Awesome shirt sold for $15. I paid $5 for it. So not the best pickup. Teachers get that discount too. All they ask is to see a school badge. Shelby, did you hear that? Are you still in here? Teachers get a discount on Viore too. They just ask for a teacher badge. I don't know if we have a Viore. Can you do that online? There you go. I don't wear Viore. If it were Lulu, there was a time where I got a discount on Lulu because I was a PE teacher, and then they got rid of that. You had to be like a personal trainer or something like that. USPS priority shipping me their shoe boxes. I normally use them for Posh, but sometimes I consider it for eBay and don't know what they call it on eBay. They aren't small or large boxes. So, good question. It's a good question. Oh. Uh-oh. I don't want to hurt Ron Artest. He might get he's known to get angry. So the question is, this is the shoe box you order from USPS.com for free. This is a priority box. It's just not a priority flat rate. It's just a priority box. I use this, as you do, for shipping out on Poshmark often. I also use this on eBay for shipping shoes and suits sometimes, and jackets. What you do on eBay is ship priority, and then you just put the dimensions in of the box. So 14 by 5 by 7, 14 by 5 by 7, and the weight. So you just hit priority, the size of the box, and the weight. That's it. So there's no large flat rate, small flat rate. It's just you do it priority. What's up, Vanessa? Vanessa, I caught you too yesterday. I caught you too. I don't need this box. What am I doing? Speaking of Viore, men's Viore polo shirt, I had to guesstimate the size, but there's your little Viore tag at the bottom. A lot of people pass these up because there's no tag at the top. They think they're Lululemon or something, and they're not. Yeah, what's up, Momo? Which platform do you think is the easiest? Oh, man. I think Poshmark is super easy because you just ship everything priority. Really easy. But eBay is the best, in my opinion. You can sell just about anything on eBay. But Poshmark might be the easiest. I don't know. TikTok, what do you guys think? What do you guys think is the easiest? That Viore shirt sold for $28, by the way. Good morning, Mother Teresa. I just listed 3 FUBU orange jerseys last night, so I take a break. I have hundreds more jeans to list, thousands more clothes to sort, competition in my warehouse. Okay, so Troy, depending on your buy cost, you have all of that inventory. Maybe you should do whatnot. Depending on your buy cost. Hey, Momo, thanks for all that. They'll pay a little more for Poshmark also. Helps make up for the fees. Yeah, so you'll pay. So Poshmark will take 20% of your sale. Flat. 20% flat of your sale. I use that at Viore discount. The person that helps me out isn't a teacher, but works in offices. Never had an issue. Okay. When doing comps, have you ever tried ChatGPT? I saw a guy on TikTok using AI to do comps for eBay. It looked interesting. I haven't, but it's something to try. It's something to try. I have not do it. I'm telling you, like, AI is going to be crazy. It's crazy. Nifty, there's so much AI in Nifty that I don't even know. Like, they explained all the AI they use. AI is just everywhere. It's crazy. This is a Johnny O shirt with your little surfer dude there. Polyester, nylon. It sold for Johnny O $21. $21. Meh. Posh is by far, Luke says Posh is by far the easiest. So there's Luke's take. Posh is by far the easiest. Do you have a goal on what you want to make on each item? Rosa, yeah, good question. So this is kind of how I look at it. If I can take photos of an item and list that item all within under a minute and a half. If I can take photos of an item, like I did this exact item on Friday. If you go back and look at my live from Friday, this exact item is an example. If I can take photos of an item and list it from my phone all within under 2 minutes, let's say, and I can make $10 profit after fees and cost of goods and everything, $10 profit, I'll do that. But if it takes me 5 or 6 minutes, I won't do it. So it has to be like 2 minutes or less to make $10 profit. This is a good example. Peter Millar, I sold this for $23. And I did this all on live. I took the photos and listed it all with under 2 minutes. All under 2 minutes. That's a good example. Now on this shirt, cost me $5. I sold it for $23. eBay or Poshmark takes 20%. So I'll make more than $10 on that. What brand should we not pass up on if we see it? Shannon, I'll give you a couple. I'll give you CC Filson is a brand you should not pass up on if you see it. Robach, golf stuff. brand you should not pass up on if you see it. And then I will also say Foul Raven is not a brand you should pass up on if you see it. Foul Raven. There's a ton of brands. There's a ton of brands I could say. We call those like top tier brands. And here's a pair of cotton twill Peter Millar pants. Cotton twill Peter Millar pants. These sold for $18. I don't normally buy these, by the way. Saw that video. Your setup is cool. Hey, appreciate you, Justin. Yeah, I did that like in November. I get so much scam on Posh. I gave up on it. Any suggestions? So yeah, don't read your messages. So on Poshmark, I don't read a single message. All I do is respond to offers and ship items on Poshmark. So if you have people sending you a ton of messages and stuff on Poshmark, I don't look at my messages. I don't answer my messages, nothing. And I make sales. So you can do what I do. That works. Or just ignore any of the scammers. They eventually go away. I had scammers for like a month when I first started cross-listing, and then they just eventually went away. Wowzers, what's up, Wowzer? Or Wowzies, what's up, Wowzies? Just pick up a Foul Raven jacket at a yard sale. Blended, yes. Foul Raven. Foul Raven is one you do not want to miss out. Found my first Foul Raven this weekend. Yeah, it's such a great brand. Where did I just had a Foul Raven. A Foul Raven. Just listed it. I don't know. I had it with these Howler Brothers too. Howler Brothers, that's another good brand to be on the lookout for. Howler Bros. All right, guys, that's it. That's everything. We got everything packed together. We answered questions. We all said hi. We probably laughed and smiled a little bit. Appreciate you guys all coming in here like always. Hopefully we learned something. I learned something every time I get on here. All right, guys, that's it. Have a great week. Get some good sales. Be safe out there. As Cookie would say, give someone a compliment today. Bye, everybody.